Good evening. Um, Sherry again. This is podcast number 2. This is the one I was going to do last time, which was my first podcast, but Mr. Mom Donnie won the election, and so I felt like I needed to say something about that. I was very pleased that we're embracing diversity and just being more open. It was pretty surprising and refreshing. So anyway, but what I wanted to talk about tonight is problems in the Middle East. And I feel very shy talking about this because I am neither Muslim nor Jewish, but I guess I'm Christian. I was raised when I was a kid, I was brought to Baptist church, Catholic church, all kinds of churches. So, and eventually I did do what was necessary to become Catholic. And I started going to the local Catholic church, and I had, I hate to say it, a really negative experience, and just people being very close-minded, and they would prefer to shut people out than be open and loving, and that's just not how I am. So I stopped going to that church. But anyway, God is in the heart, right? I guess that's the best thing I can do. But anyway, what I wanted to say was regarding the trouble in the Middle East that's been going on forever, it seems. We had this place that the Palestinians were living in. Long time. And then God told the Jewish people, I'm giving you this land. Let's assume that both things are true for a minute. Or, eternally, whatever. Let's assume that's true. So, if you're a Palestinian person, you're like, whoa, you can't just move in here and take my space. And if you're a Jewish person, you feel like I have every right because God gave it to me. I think, why would God do that? Why would he give away somebody else's land? Did he want to create a problem between Palestinians and Jews? I don't know. I mean, his mysterious ways, right? No idea. Or maybe he wanted these two peoples to learn to work together and somehow live together, possibly. I mean, they are part of the Abrahamic religions. Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, all Abrahamic religions. I hope I'm saying that right. Forgive me if not. They're like siblings. They fight like siblings, but worse because they kill each other. Well, so did Cain and Abel, right? There is a long history of that. But let's just say, okay, that was the past, and they're working on peace again. I don't know how it's going. I kind of lost track a couple weeks ago. So, shame on me for not looking that up before I came on here tonight. Sorry. But as far as I know, it's still going fairly well. They're returning people and remains and trying not to fight. And I think that's great. And as sort of siblings, they have to work extra hard not to fight. And, building your mosque on top of my temple and me building my temple on top of your mosque, big no-no. Don't do it. Just don't do it. That's just disrespecting each other. Really, and I don't know if they can do it or not, but sitting down and talking, I think, is the only way to fix it. But they have to lay aside all the anger and the old wounds. That's a big ask. I don't know if it can be done. I mean, if I believed it could be done, on one hand, I believe it can be done because I do believe in miracles. On the other hand, I'm like, am I being naive thinking that these two who've been fighting for centuries can get along? I mean, it's just a piece of land. It's some dirt. Yes, this group believes God gave it to them. And yes, this group has been living there forever. If they're both going to claim this space, they just have to share it. There can be no other way. They have to share. They have to live side by side. And they have to respect each other's beliefs. Because this world is full of all kinds of beliefs. You just gotta let people live their lives. You can say hi, good morning, and go about your day. You do your thing. They do their thing. Just knock it the hell off. Okay, sorry. I might have to edit that out. But yeah, I think the only way through this is through it. Talking through it and agreeing, this will be my space, this will be your space, and just respect each other. It boils down to communication and respect. And I guess, like I said, I am new at the whole podcast thing. Those are my thoughts on the Middle East for now. I know they sound simple, but when you boil things down to their absolute essence, it is about communication and respect. And they both have to bring it. They both have to bring it. And I know there's a lot of old wounds, so it's a hard thing to do. Yeah, it's a hard thing to do. So I hope to have guests in the future when I'm having topics that are interesting. And thank you again for listening. And I wish all of the people in the Middle East well, especially with the latest effort at peace. And that's it. Good night. Thanks for listening.